Hey, what's up guys? mltmagictricks here. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys two very useful and effective card tricks that both use two decks of cards. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a performance and tutorial for the first card trick, and then for the second trick, I'm going to be getting straight into the tutorial because I don't have a spectator here and I won't be able to do a performance, but don't worry, everything is going to make sense for how both of these card tricks work, and I definitely recommend you guys stick around for this video because both of these card tricks are very great. But really quickly, before we get into this performance for the first card trick, I am doing a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway on my channel, and all you need to do in order to enter is be subscribed to the channel, drop a like on this video, and comment something you like about this specific video or something you like about my channel in the comment section below, and I will be announcing the 5 winners in a video within a week. So make sure you guys do that. Now let's get right into the performance for this first card trick. So I would start off here by taking my deck of cards and explaining to my spectator what they are going to be doing with their deck of cards behind their back. So essentially all my spectator is going to be doing is taking out a card from their deck, bringing it to the top, turning that card face up, and then just cutting that card right into the middle of the deck just like that. And while my spectator is doing that, I would be doing the same thing. But since I don't have a spectator here, I would go ahead and now play the role of my spectator. So once again, my spectator would take their deck behind their back, bring one card to the top, turn that card face up, and then simply cut that card into the middle of the deck just like this. So once my spectator's done doing it, I would go ahead and now do the same thing here. Bring a card to the top, turn it face up, and then just cut that card somewhere into the middle of the deck, just like that. So now that my spectator and I have both done it, I'm going to go ahead and now take my spectator's deck of cards here, and we're going to see the card that my spectator, turned face up. They brought to the top, turned it face up, and just cut it into the middle. So we're going to go ahead and spread. Okay, so in this case, my spectator's card is the 6 of clubs. That was the card that my spectator, brought to the top, turned face up, and cut into the middle of the deck. So my spectator's card right here, one more time, guys, is the 6 of clubs. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through my deck and see the card that I, turned face up and cut into the middle. Let's see here, the one card that I turned face up, let's see as we go through, you guys will see that one card is now somehow face up. Check it out, the 6 of clubs, just like that. But guys, this is not the entire trick because, check it out, all I need to do here is snap my fingers over each card, and you will see that the only card my spectator, turned face up and cut into the middle was the only red card in the deck, and the only card that I, turned face up and cut into the middle, it was the only blue card, just like that. So this is the card trick. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you want to learn how to do it, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance, and this card trick is definitely more towards the beginner side of things, but don't worry if you guys want to learn how to do a more intermediate, type card trick, make sure to stick around for the tutorial for the second trick that I'm going to be showing you guys, because that is more on the intermediate level, side of things. But now let's get right to the tutorial for this card trick. So you're just going to start off by taking out 2 decks of cards with different colored backs. Red and blue bicycle decks work perfect for this trick. And once you have done that, you're just going to take out a pair of duplicate cards, pair of the same cards from each of the decks. In this case, I just took out the 6 of clubs from each deck. And now you just need to establish which deck of cards is going to be yours and which deck of cards is going to be your spectator. So in this case, my deck is going to be the red deck here. You're going to take out, in this case, the 6 of clubs with the opposite colored back from your deck. So right here, I have a blue 6 of clubs. You're simply going to place this card face up in the middle of your deck. That is the only setup for your deck of cards. And the setup for your spectator's deck is a little bit different, but it's really simple. You're just going to take the bottommost card, place that face down, take the other duplicate, in this case, the 6 of clubs is going to be, the opposite colored deck as your pack of cards here. In this case, the red 6 of clubs, you're just going to place that face up right there in the second position, place the rest of the deck on, and that is a setup for your spectator's deck, and now you're ready to go. So you're going to start off this trick by telling your spectator and basically explaining to them what they were going to be doing with their deck of cards, and when you're doing this, make sure you pick up, the deck of cards that has your setup. One more time, your setup is going to involve the card being face up in the middle of the deck. You're just going to now explain to your spectator that behind their back, they're going to be going through, and make sure you're doing this with your deck of cards so they know what to do, but make sure you don't spread too far to the point where you accidentally flash this card. So just spread a couple of cards, tell them they're going to bring a card to the top, turn it face up, and then just cut that card into the middle. And then obviously, don't finish this cut or anything. Just bring the card right back to the top, and then just, set up the deck like it was before. Now, once you've done that, you're going to explain to your spectator that they're going to go ahead and do that behind their back. And this is what happens behind your spectator's back. So they're going to spread through to any card they want to. They'll go ahead, bring it to the top, turn it face up, and then when they cut it into the middle, this is what happens. So essentially, you're placing directly on top of the card that they turned face up. You're going to place in the duplicate and then a face down card just like that. So once your spectator, has done this behind their back, they're obviously not going to know there's another card, face up in the deck already. They're going to go ahead and place it face down. And when your spectator is doing that, you can literally just do the same thing. But in reality, guys, what you're doing behind your back is nothing. You're just basically pretending you're doing what your spectator just did. So you're going behind your back, you're pretending like you're bringing a card to the top, turning it face up, then cutting it into the middle, but in reality, you're doing nothing because you already have a card that's face up in the middle of the deck. Now, at this point, you're going to go to your spectator's deck, you're going to tell them, we're going to go through and just see the card that they turn face up. So make sure you guys are kind of careful when you're doing this, especially once you get towards the middle of the deck, because I'm going to show you what you're going to have here. So you're just dropping enough cards. Once you get to the middle, make sure you slow down a little bit, because see, once you get to the first face up card, this is going to be the card that your spectator thinks they turn face up, but in reality, this was the card that is part of the setup. You're going to go ahead and place it down. And then right behind this face down card is going to be the card they really turn face up. So make sure you guys don't spread it too far and accidentally flash that. That will ruin the trick. So once you've placed this card down, you're just going to take the rest of the deck, place it on top, casually place the rest of the deck off to the side with their card directly in front of it. Make sure you guys don't turn it over quite yet, or else that will ruin the trick. Now you're going to go through your deck, do the same thing here. So you just staying consistent with the trick. Once you get to your card, you're going to tell your spectator that it's absolutely a miracle that you both turned over the same cards face up. And now you can top this trick off by showing them the only card you turned face up had a different colored back. And the same thing with your spectator, just like that. And now, unfortunately for this trick, you don't come off completely clean because you are going to have a card that is, face up here in the middle of the deck, but it's not, too big of a deal. You can just casually turn it over when your spectator is not looking. You just go through the deck to yourself, turn it over, then you can, lead into another trick. But now I'm going to get into the tutorial for the second trick that I want to explain, with 2 decks of cards. So essentially, you're just going to be taking out 2 decks of cards, and I'm really quickly going to explain how the trick works so you guys, have an idea. So essentially, you're going to be taking one of the 2 decks of cards, doesn't matter. You tell your spectator to call stop anywhere. You show them the card, and then you're going to do a couple cuts, place the deck of cards into the box, and then you're going to tell your spectator to go ahead and take their deck of cards and basically go through the deck themselves and turn over the card that they selected in this deck. And once you have done that, you're going to spread out, your spectator's going to spread out their deck, and you're going to spread out yours, and somehow both cards, the 2 cards that are turned over in your deck and their deck are going to be matching. They're going to be your spectator selection. And now I'm just going to show you guys how to do this really quickly. It's a pretty simple trick, more towards the intermediate side of things because of one move. Okay, so you'd start off this trick by taking either one of the 2 decks of cards and just having your spectator make a selection. So you're just going to have them, you're just going to riffle through the side of the deck, have them call stop anywhere. You lift up on the pack, at the point where they called stop. You show them the card where they called stop. In the performance, you're not going to want to look at the card, but for the tutorial, we'll go ahead and turn it over. So in this case, we have the 9 of hearts. Now, all you guys need to do is get this card to the bottom. And the easiest way, I think, to do that is, you place this packet on, make sure you keep a pinky break separating the 2 packets of cards. You can simply just take the top packet, place it down, finish the cut, and you've brought their card to the bottom. Or you guys can do a double undercut. You transfer this over to a thumb break, do your double undercut, and now their card is at the bottom. Either way, you just need to get their selection to the bottom of the deck. Now, to make it really convincing, you're mixing up their card into the packet of cards. You can do a Riffle Shuffle. Make sure you maintain this card on the bottom. Go ahead and finish your Riffle Shuffle. And now, once your spectator thinks their card is lost somewhere into the deck, you need to do this move here where you're basically turning their card face up at the bottom of the deck and then cutting it into the middle. And obviously, you need to do that quickly and, out of the view of your spectator. So I'm going to go in depth on how this move works. So essentially, you're going to be gripping the deck with your left or right hand, and make sure you kind of have your hand here off to the side because you're going to need this hand to basically protect the move so you don't flash the card to your spectator. So what you're going to do here is curl your index finger at the bottom of the deck. This is the exposed view here, guys. Then you're going to be using your 3 fingers right here, your middle, ring, and pinky, to help turn the card over just like that. And then once you have turned the card over face up, you're just going to really quickly do one final cut and cut it into the middle of the deck just like that. So now your spectator selection should be face up in the middle of the deck, but in reality, your spectator thinks it's just, face down somewhere in the middle of the pack. So one more time here, you're going to be protecting this side here. So when you do the move, you're basically, you're not really going to be able to flash the card. So you do it really quickly, kind of like that, and then you just cut that into the middle, and then their card is, face up in the middle of the deck. So guys, definitely practice that move because you need that move to be really smooth so it just flows in your routine, and so your spectator doesn't think anything of it, of what you're doing there. So at this point here, guys, your spectator's card is going to be face up in the middle of this deck of cards. Now, at this point, you're going to tell your spectator to take their deck, go through the cards to themselves, and basically just turn over their selection the opposite way. So they're going to go ahead and take it out, and then just place it face up in the middle of the face down deck, just like this. So once your spectator's done that, you're going to tell your spectator while they were doing it, you did it, but not with your hands or anything, with your mind. So you're going to tell them, okay, I've done it. You can just snap your fingers over each card, over each deck of cards here, and you can have your spectator, take their deck of cards here, spread it face up just like this, and show, the one card that they turn face down just like this. You're going to do the same thing here with your deck. Turn it face up, spread out the cards face up, and show them that you also got a card somehow to turn face down. And keep in mind here, your spectator's going to think that how is there even a card turned over because you didn't, touch the deck of cards while they were doing it. Well, they were actually turning over a card, but in reality, you did that move at the bottom where you got the card to be face up, and then you finished the cut. Now, at this point, with both of these cards face down, you can go ahead and turn them over and show that you somehow correctly, turned over your spectator selection, and that they, had also turned over their selection, and the two cards are matching. So guys, that is basically the second card trick, and I kind of came up with this effect myself. I got the idea of this trick from Jay Sankey, but he explained a way that you turn this card, face up, and it was kind of, an advanced move. So the move here when you have the card at the bottom, and then you do this where you turn it face up, just like that. That's, not, I would say, it's not an advanced move. It's more like an intermediate to beginner level card sleight. So that is kind of how I adapted this trick to make it easier, and it's basically the same effect. And I'll leave the video where Jay Sankey explained this card trick in the description below, so make sure you guys go check that out if you want to. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. These are 2 card tricks that you can do with 2 decks of cards. I hope everything I explained in this video made sense for you guys. Make sure you guys do enter the giveaway. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out.